Welcome back from the Desk of Flow right here. Now, if you know this show, you should know that any artist from the state of Michigan has a spot on this platform right here, which is kind of crazy right here because it kind of like leads back to the first guest because I was watching this gentleman's latest music video that he has out right here, and he's rapping in front of this mural. And I see like the guy who gave me my first shot on that mural. So I was like, yeah, this is kind of crazy how it comes like, full circle. But so without further introduction, man, this album that we're going to be talking about right here, it's called Bulletproof Carties. Now, and if you don't know who already it is, this gentleman right here, he's been at it for a long time now, too. You might have known him from the Foot Clan, or you may just known him for, just his regular stage name. But he's also joined by the man who produced this album now, too. And he has countless spots on this platform. I lost how many my guy appeared on this platform right here. But, for further introductions right here, I got the one and only, my guy Wuzee, and the great Nazareth. How are you, my guys?
Sir,
Yeah,
yes, sir, man. What's the big word, man? Everybody good?
Yes, sir, man. Well, we were just chilling. We were just, bumping that Bulletproof Carties, man. Now, this is an album that I didn't expect my guy Browns Nazareth to be a part of right here, man. Because Wuzee has a very unique style right here. It kind of brings me like like a early MF Doom style, or like the Loot Pack days. If y'all remember Loot Pack, yeah, y'all don't remember Loot Pack, get the hell off this show. But no, I'm just kidding.
yeah, bro.
But
I love Wild Chop, man. Shout out to Wild Chop.
oh, so you're like, see, like we know the names right here, right? See, so with that being said, right here, I dug into a little bit of your past right now. One of the questions I wanted to ask you now too, we're getting to like how you got introduced to Bronze because this is why I wanted him here too. So when you first started out, did your cousin Mario ever pay you the $50 that he said that he's gonna rap, and that set it all off for you?
Hell no, it's funny as hell. No, he never did.
I might have to
Nah,
pay you for
nah.
that, man. Got
Yeah,
Album Bronze Nazareth
this is
now.
Mario. Bronze knows Mario. Kentwood running back, man. No, so yeah, long story short, he never paid me the $50. But I did come with the rap and I did come prepared to collect that $50, but
Now, did you go by Woozy D at the time, or was this like something else?
hell
Like at the
no.
time?
I think my first rap name was like fucking J Pimpin or some shit like that. Like AOL days and like the eyes were like ones. It was like J Pimpin or something like that. It was something fucking stupid for
We
real.
all, we all had them early.
JP Shorty or something ridiculous. But
So
no, I was not woozy at that point.
now, so like I got because the name has Woo in it, so Woozy. So did this come before or after that you discovered the Wu Tang that you became Woozy?
Well, so fucking how I kind of came up with it. It used to be Woozy D because I used to think I gang banged and shit like that. So it used to be Woozy Disciple, and then fucking I got Woozy from like Wu Tang, and then Z like Zeus. I put it in one of my first rhymes. I don't know where it came from, but it just came out randomly like that. Yeah. So then when I got into a gang or whatever, they were like, "Well, what's your street name?" and shit, and I was like, "I don't know.
J
You just call me
Pimpin.
Woozy, all right?" And then so they were like Woozy D. So that's pretty much how that came apart. And then yeah, and then I kind of just started building on from there.
So like around like coming into your early MC days now too. I remember when we first talked, you said like how you discovered Bronze was through Wu Tang meets the indie culture now too. But growing up in Grand Rapids now too, like I understand now too, like when you were in high school, the album Let's Get Free, I think you were in eighth grade, you said the album Let's Get Free
Yeah.
really inspired you to actually take it serious now too. What was it about that album that wanted you to actually take rap serious? Because that's a great album. Shout out to guy Stickman and
Great
M1.
album. Great
Yeah.
album.
Well, like every young cat or whatever, when they're going through trying to find themselves and shit, you start with your foundation, and then you kind of just go from there. So I was introduced to Dead Prez, and then I was in my little mode where like they had a song like these schools can't teach us shit. My people need freedom. I'm trying to get all we can get. All my high school teachers can suck my dick, telling me white man lies straight. Anyway, so I was in high school during this time.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so I was like about to I was in high school, I was just going through my transitional phase and it just resonated a lot with me when they were talking about, you know what I'm saying? What he said, what did he say? He was like back in eighth grade, or he said something about fucking back when third base dropped the Cactus album, but I was reading Malcolm, changed my name in '89. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the shit that they were talking about was shit I was going through, becoming an adolescent and a young adult. So it just made a lot of sense to me at that time. So I was kind of like fucking with that whole militant mind kind of state. And then once you open up that book, you know what I'm saying, or just similar books, then you just start going down the line. And I was actually familiar with Browns before I was familiar with Dead Prez, just because, just being from around the same spots and shit. And my cousin was a couple years older than me, was super familiar with the Wiseman and shit, and it just started to like fall into place, man.
So, like, even with that now too, like, because like going from 20 different schools, you get a lot of different experience now too. And like, I gotta remember, like, the internet wasn't so accessible as it was back then now too. So like, we had to get our stuff from like magazines or like actually
Yeah,
like shitty blogs, man. Like, man, I remember like it take forever for it to load. But
yeah.
with that being said now too, you get like a lot of experience, going from like 20 different schools now too. So with all that being said now too, do you think like all the music that you were exposed to at an early age plays an impact? And when did you discover Doom? Because I have a feeling that you got a real strong influence with Doom. Because some of your rhymes ain't for everybody. Like I have to say that to myself. I'm like, someone that doesn't be rapping, it ain't for every. You have to be like really be known, or you really have to be like what's the word I'm looking for? Intellectual sickness, if that makes sense for y'all.
Yeah, man. You got to step your listening abilities up for some of the shit to catch it. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
Ty Ferris for that man. But
word.
yeah, keep going.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. So the whole Doom shit, fucking, I like fucking. I knew about Doom before I knew he was in KMD and shit. That's why that when fucking they were saying that shit on that Let's Get Free album, I was like, man, I fuck with MC Surge, man, in third base because they're the people that like put him kind of on or whatever, just gave him his little chance. So I've been fucking with Doom since the KMD shit. But when I first really started getting into it and listening to it was around like Mad Villain and shit. And my cousin
Oh,
Sean, he
damn,
likes
everyone.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But fucking, well, he said some shit like, because I was a big wrestling fan as well, and he said some shit like, "Prepare to get hurt and mangled like Kurt Angle rookie year." So
I remember
but
that.
after that, I like started listening in a different way, and so fucking, it just started making more sense, and I kind of started it just I was always a different kind of thinker and shit. So like the shit I preferred to listen to was shit that when people were saying shit that ain't been said before. So you get the people that rap and rhyme and shit, and they'll rhyme like a rhyme where you could almost predict what they're gonna say. And I've never liked that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like a damn, he said something that I've never heard rhyme before, like Mooney Google, Goonie Google, like Gary Gnu off news or review, but who knew the mask got a loose screw? You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I was drawn in by that. And yeah, I've never really been like a battle rap fan. I've never really been like a bar fan, where they do shit that is intrinsic with the bars. I just kind of been like, man, you say some sick ass shit in a way that nobody said it before. I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say out of the whole Almighty Foot Clan, or if you guys call it the Foot Clan, would you say like you're the most well known out of that clique? Because I heard that you guys used to be formed around, y'all just be walking everywhere in ground rap, because that's how it formed. But would you say it's like you're the most well known from that clique or group or
Well,
collective?
yeah, well, we used to have a group back in my younger days called Broken Famous. I linked up with some of my homies from Kalamazoo. So when I moved out the crib, I didn't have too many spots to go, and some of the homies were older in Kalamazoo. So I'd move out to Kalamazoo and just hang with them. And they had a group called Broken Famous. So I kind of got with that. And then sorry, after my cousin had passed away and shit, I was like, well, Broken Famous ain't really the same without him. So I just formulated some new shit, and Foot Clan just kind of came from like, taking the sidewalk back and kind of being the people in the city that were kind of like liabilities and the underdogs or the outcasts or whatever, and just villain shit.
Now,
So yeah, Foot Clan, I made that shit up, and
okay.
my homie Book was there when Sean died, so fucking Book was automatically with that shit, and then Broken Famous just kind of turned into Foot Clan, and then over the years, over the last decade, people have came and gone, and I've always kind of thought like Foot Clan was just like a group where people could find their solo footing and then branch out and start to get busy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a platform for cats to get busy and just be around like-minded people or like-minded listeners.
Now, did you guys release an album as the Foot Clan? Because I think I seen something on the Foot Clan. I didn't dig deep into like the group.
No, yeah. If you go on my Bandcamp or whatever, fucking, I got all the shit on my Bandcamp. So like, my Spotify or just shit that's on like streaming platforms is kind of fucked up right now just by like shit not being able to be cleared with samples or like shit getting taken down because my broke ass doesn't pay a bill or something like that. So
Your sampling should be free if you're not snitching on it.
But if you go to my Bandcamp, all the shit's there from my first project that I was ever on all the way up. You know what I'm saying?
So I like how you said on your Facebook now too that this was a long time coming from you, like doing an album of Bronze Nazareth now too. And we all remember dreams we put into the universe. So I was gonna ask, like, I don't think I asked you this before, but when did you guys like first initially come across each other? Like, was it over the internet, then in person, or was it in person, then the internet?
What's your thing, Bronze? I remember my story that I believe. What do you remember?
I just remember, man, at the time, we was doing a lot of Wiseman shows in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo area too, like that. And I was always see this one cat at the show, and he'd always be at the show, bopping around front row, wilding. You know what I mean? So we always go to somebody. He'd always come to kick it with us after the show, introduce himself. So all of us started seeing him at every show, and we got to know Wuzee just from, pretty much the show circuit. And then, we did this one amazing show. It was Killer Priest, Wiseman, and Wuzee, Mr. Everything. And, that shit was an epic night. And so we kind of really been tight since then. Started kicking it. Wuzee tell you, he used to ask me, what you think about my raps? I used to be like, you just gotta find your voice, man. Get that confidence in your voice. But I was always impressed by his wordplay and his vocab and his choice of words and shit. And I like the mix of his new age shit.
There's that new age style, unorthodox flow.
Yeah, it's new to even kind of my field. Where I usually stick to the grain or whatever, but it still also fits perfectly with boom bap, and Wuzee got his ruggedness and his hip shit, you know what I mean? So it's a good mix. So that's kind of where the whole evolution of this Bulletproof Carties came from, man.
Now, see me, my fault, but
no, go ahead.
Yeah, see me, so how I remember it is cause I want to say I might even met Kevlar before I met you. All I remember is fucking Kevlar would always come to the shows and shit. I don't know if Bronze was in Detroit or whatever, but Kevlar would come to the shows, show love and shit. I remember one time it was at Billy's. I don't know if it was the Killer pre-show, but all I remember is waking up. I think it was at Lady Ace's sister house or something, and I was wasted, and these guys had to like put me in the car or some shit. So fucking after that, it was kind of like I would just keep bothering them, you know what I'm saying, and showing up and or just being like, yo, where oh, you guys gonna be there? Bet I'm gonna pull up. Or because I remember another time when we went to Indiana, I think Mavi Marks drove, we picked up June Mega and went out to Indiana and stayed in the hotel and shit, and just I would just always try to like position myself genuinely to be around people that I really looked up to, because fucking once I found out all the accolades and everything that the Bronze Nazareth had already obtained, because I was a fan of the music without actually digging or whatever. All I knew was what I knew. So fucking after digging into it and like just trying to put myself around the people that I really wanted to be around, man, that's pretty much how it came to be. You know what I mean? I kind of forced niggas to be around me just by showing up. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
And
when you say like showing up, like as the opener, or just like showing up to watch the show?
it didn't even matter. Just whenever I would just be like, bro, oh, I seen you about to be instantly when I would see somebody about to be in town, I'd be like, oh, boom, we there. Hit me when you get in town. I'll be there. I'll be the first nigga there. You feel me? Type shit. So
He was at all the shows. Like Kev used to be like Kev was really one of the networkers of the Wiseman. So Kev would be at everybody, not just our show. Kev would be at everybody's show. Little to big, Kev would be there. So Kev always knew everybody before I did. I'm a studio rat, you know what I mean? So I go to the show when I have to, but Kev would be at you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Kev really sewed it up together though. Word.
he did.
So did you go on tour with Bronze like before Woozy, like let's say before 2018?
No, I just look like I said, if I seen he was a part of something, I would go under the shit and what I would do, I would look up where is he performing at, who's he performing with, what venue it is, who's the person booking the show, and I would try to slide up under there and just message them directly and be like, yo, are you guys taking local support for this act, this act, this act? So like there was a show we did with Elzai. Bong. Once I seen it was Bronze and Elzai, I was like, I'm going to harass the talent buyer or whoever, you know, because I'm gonna be on that show. And then he was like, yo, we're gonna be in Indiana. So I'm like, well, let me see who's at Carl's Tavern, and see if I can get a 5-minute slot or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Really just making a way, man. Swear to God. Just making a way.
I was gonna ask if you went on tour with Braun, because I forget what shout out to whatever platform Braun shared the story on when he went to Canada, and then he went to like this like Banff or somewhere, and everyone was like doing blow and some shit. I was like, yeah, it was a crazy story. I really wish I remember who said that. So yeah, shout out to you guys. That was one of my favorite Braun's interviews. That one.
It sounds like I would have been there.
So with the name like Bulletproof Carties now too, when I listen to this album now too, I know I heard that intro somewhere. Like, you don't have to say where, but is it from an interview or from a movie? Because I know I heard that somewhere where he's explaining like
what
Cardi
Stretch
is.
Money or something. Who is that?
No, that's Payroll Giovanni from an interview.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember when I was doing my research on Cartiers and what they mean to Detroit, I remember I heard that somewhere, and then they're like, yeah, they get snatched right off your face. I was like, damn, yo, like, really? It was like that good? Okay, damn, okay. What if you need to see with those? But hey, they fly.
Give me them frames, you know what I'm saying?
I also wanted to pay homage to like Ghostface and shit. So like the Bulletproof wallets was like a something that was on my mind when I was like, well, you know, I feel like my vision is strong. So what's stronger vision than having like bulletproof eyewear? You feel me? So
see, that actually makes a lot more sense now too, because if you look at Ghostface's discography, a lot of people like to say that Ghostdini or Bulletproof Wallets is like a really unorthodox within his discography now too. I never put that two together now too, because Bulletproof and damn, okay.
I just wanted to come up with some fly shit, you know, and Bronze is out of Detroit and coming with the goddamn the Detroit shit, and Cartier's is homage to Detroit.
All day with the Carties. And plus I think it means too, like, you know, if you bold enough to rock them shits in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? You that guy. So I kind of translated to the music. We bold enough to rock this music right here like this for you, you know what I mean? So we doing Bulletproof Carties in the music as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I noticed about Bronze, like he's taken a lot of newer artists that we may have not have heard, like Kurt. I said it before, Kurt Solid was one of my favorite artists because Bronze Nazareth worked with him, and I think that with Bronze actually producing this project by Wuzee, you're gonna get like a lot more new fans now too, because Bronze is on a production run. If you look at what he's from Illa Days to he's got some more stuff coming too, but he's got the stuff of Illa Days out, Kurt Solid. He's got his stuff with Rock Marcy. Now he's got stuff with Wuzee. So it kind of feels like that you're on like a legacy producer run, if I like to say that right.
You have no idea how fucking how happy I am. It sounds cliche as hell, but I feel blessed as hell to even be acknowledged, let alone stay at this man's crib let alone shake hands with this man, let alone him know my fucking name. You hear me? So I swear, I swear to God, no bullshit. Like it's a dream come true. And yes, dude, I can't believe it myself. And if you heard some of the or knew what was in the works later, he talked about it on your guys' interview and shit. The shit he just got going on is legendary, man. And like I haven't been able to articulate it properly how much all this shit means to me. And fucking it still hasn't like hidden. Like I went to go try to shave and shit to try to look decent for this interview. Fucking messed up my mustache and had to cut it all off. So I'm out here looking like a goddamn kid and shit. But
about to join the service, B. Man, I'm trying to just I'm trying to produce, bro. Like this is what I do, man. It's in my blood, it's my career shit. So I don't differentiate from when I do a Ghostface album to when I do up and coming cat like Wuzee or Kurt Solid. My whole thing is how many classics can I make? How many bangers, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you look at my catalog, it's already crazy. So I'm just trying to add on, man. That's it.
Because it feels like when a producer achieves like what you produced, I'd be like, I did my dreams. But when you see a producer constantly produce full, like it's not just like one or two songs. Like these are full albums right here. That's why I like to say a legacy producer on right now, because it seems like right now, like you're really like going at like from Kurt Solid to Ella Days to Wuzee, like that's like 3 for 3 right now under Black Day.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just like I say, man. It's all about quality for me. It's been about quality. So, you know, sometimes when they get in the lab, they be getting annoyed with me because I be like, "Yo, Ella, man, let's tighten this over here, bro, or fix this line over here, man, or run this back, bro. You can come stronger than that." But everybody know that at the end of the day, it's just about getting the right amount of quality and the right shit on the right song, man. I hate to waste it. I hate to waste it. So yeah.
Bronze is the quarterback, man, and you gotta trust the quarterback to peep the play and shit. So fucking it doesn't matter how how it comes out or whatever. I trust this man fully to where like I'll hear some shit, and we've talked about it before. I'll hear some shit and it'll be something on a different beat or whatever, and I'll just be like, yeah, let me program my mind to this is how it's supposed to sound, because if he wanted to switch it up, then it's for a purpose that I can't see at this moment, because he got the experience to be able to see that shit. And there's people like I played the project for my homie M Select the other night, and it was like, yeah, man, I'm still kind of feeling some type of way about my verse being cut off or his hook or something. Niggas' verses get cut off, niggas' hooks get cut off, people's verse become a hook. Shit changes, and I'm just like, yo, you got to just trust the QB, man, to run that play and run that option, man, and just grab the ball when somebody throw it to you, and that's it.
Yeah, man, it's just all about quality, or sometimes it might, like he had a couple verses from another cat, and they came kind of late in the game. Already had a couple verses on there that we had in place, but it's everything. You look at who got a bigger following. You look at who fit better. Just it might just be a feel or whatever. But yeah, it ain't never nothing personal. We trying to get to the best product, man. That's all. You know what I mean?
See, I like how you said that too. It's nothing personal now too, because this is like probably one of the biggest hip hop what ifs for me now too. Like it still bothers me to this day. It never happened, and it kind of relates to you too, Wuzee, now too. So a lot of people, if you tuned into this platform, y'all know I've been like wanting this Benny and Bronze album to like happen. Like it just never happened because Benny just took off. But I remember Wuzee said in an interview that you had this album coming of Bronze, and this was around the time when y'all were supposed to go on tour with Benny. So was this album like a thought back then in 2018 or 2017? Or were you working on it since then?
Me and Bronze?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like I think he sent me the first beat pack or whatever, the first batch of beats in like 2017, 2018. 100%.
So
and then
oh no, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No, and then from there it's just kind of just been chipping away at it. I recorded a good chunk of it, and then we still needed to add more shit, and over the years it kind of just came together. I know he dropped maybe like 4 projects maybe since we started since he sent me the first pack or whatever, since we started exchanging vocals and just adding on to it. It's been a while, man. And fucking I couldn't be happier, and I'm just like trying to soak it in the best way I can, man.
So when was it until like you actually realized that you had an album's worth of material? And like when did you start like because I know if I had something, like if I already have it done, I'm gonna tell certain people. So when was it that you started telling people like, yo, I got this album of Bronze Nazareth
Instantly, I think I posted screenshots of the beat pack, like, and I had already had instantly I started to glow instantly. I was like, yup, what? Talk to me different. Da, 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 da. Instantly. So I've been talking this project up for like almost a decade. Nah, but yeah, no, fucking instantly I started telling people, yup. And I had the name already in my mind, you know what I'm saying? As soon
Oh
as
wow.
as soon as I started getting the beats and shit, I was like, yeah, I want it to be called Bulletproof Carties. Just like because Bron's the Wu-Tang producer, the whole Ghostface shit, the whole Detroit shit, my version and my perception of all that. And it kind of, yeah, it's become me, man. And like if you listen to some of the songs, man, you can tell some of them were recorded a bit ago, you know what I'm saying? And then verses towards the end, like the last song was literally the last verse I ever wrote. So yeah, you know what I mean? The listeners will peep that shit.
So one of the things that I wanted to point out, because like I love the beat selection, it has like one of my most favorite bronzes. I still can't get this beat out of my head, but the Great Redemption featured Ella Days. Man, oh my god. Yo, I'm telling you, y'all need to go listen to this. The Great Redemption and Bulletproof Cardi. But that Great Redemption track is fire right here. What I got from that track, it sounds like you and Ella were both fighting for that beat because you both have two verses on that. It's like, no, that's why I'm getting it. No, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So like what was like recording with somebody like Ella Days on a track on a like cause that I just can't get that beat out of my head. You hear a beat like that, it's like stuck in
Dude,
your head.
so that's the first beat when he sent me the pack. That's the
Oh
first beat
shit.
I wrote to off top. That's the first beat I wrote to, and I have wrote both of them verses. And then I had gotten my boy Vincent Dix. He's on the second verse.
Oh wait,
And
so that's
I
not
had
Ella Days?
nah, no, it was just on the last one. It was on the last verse.
Okay, you gotta fix the credits on it. It's not out yet. The link said Ella Days only, but yeah.
Did it? I mean, it should say Vincent Dix on there. I'm not sure. It should though.
Okay. Damn,
I'm
okay.
not.
Yo, shout out, yo, my bad, Vincent Dix. Goddamn.
No, 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 it's all good. But no. And then Illa actually fucking he had a different verse on there, and I was rocking with it. He said some crazy shit, and then Bronze was gonna just take him off of the shit. See,
Oh, hell no.
he be cutting his own niggas off too. Fucking, he was gonna cut Illa's verse off, and I was like, man, he said some shit that I was really fucking with, and just having the Illa days on my project is that's the homie. You feel me? Like that's a dream come true too, man. Shout out to Bronze too for putting me on that punch, man. Like a song with Kevlar is ridiculous, bro. You already know how much that shit means to me.
See, that's why I thought where that song came from because I couldn't figure out like was this for Woozy's album or this for Illa's album now too? Because like I said, it's like when an artist has a feature, they don't really go in like that. Like you notice when some people do features, they're like, it's like half-assed because it's not their song. But when they actually
Right.
go in like it's their song, it's like that's when it hits different.
Right. No, yeah. So even with that song, Bronze is such a wizard with the shit. I didn't even know that I was gonna be on that song and Kevlar was gonna be on that shit. Like I didn't even remember what verse was gonna be on there until it came out. So fucking the shit just came out. But the what song is that? Oh, the Great Redemption.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Great
yeah.
Redemption.
So yeah, Illa's verse. He switched his verse. Illa switched his verse and got back on it at the last second. So no, I wasn't any going back and forth. And majority of my part was already recorded, and then it got the features on it. So because I once I get the beats or the pack, I just get straight into it, and I try to get my shit off right then and there, so I can send it to people already with my shit on it, so then they can adjust to kind of how I'm setting it up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what are
Yeah,
the? Oh no, go
with,
ahead, Browns.
just gonna say with the Elliverse, yeah, the Elliverse, it was all right at first, but he, I remember when he laid it, man. Ella sometimes he'll come in the booth just trying to get done. So I always push Ella to do more. So I told him like, bro, you got to come back and spit it a little clearer. Maybe strengthen a couple lines or whatever. And he wasn't really coming back to do it, so I was gonna cut it because like I said, I want the strongest shit. You know what I mean? But then he came back, strengthened it up, and we have what we got now. You know what I mean? So shout out to Illa for
I sent you the link, Ella, man. You should join us. But I said, yeah, my guy, we're gonna get one in one day. So, but I did send you the link, my guy.
Illa. Word.
So with that being said, now too, we may cut out, but like I said, just restart. I paid to Zoom now too. I don't know what's going on. But with that being said, when you two first actually got together, oh no, sorry, I already asked that. So after the Great Redemption now too, when you're actually selecting features for this album now too, was it Bronze's idea or was it your idea now too? Because I noticed like there's features from Salute the Kid, but there's also features from Loki now too.
Yeah, so how it kind of came about was I fuck with select people, man. And at the time I wasn't just sending the beats to people. Like I'll rap by myself. Honestly, I'll rap by myself. But at the time when the
I
features
should.
started coming, yeah, at the time where the features started coming about initially, I wanted to get certain people involved that were from Grand Rapids that I hadn't worked with and that I really thought were
Oh.
talented, like Daquan, Mark Mion. I really wanted to work with him. I thought he was talented as fuck. I think he's a dope writer. Shamar, all these guys are from Grand Rapids, so I thought Shamar was really in his bag. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted him to be a part of it. Like I said, this is 2018 and shit. This is years ago. So fucking same with the Vincent verse and shit. So I got the people involved at that specific time. I got certain people involved that I was just like wanting to work with, or I thought that would really appreciate being on a Browns produced production. You know what I'm saying? Like Mavi Marks and shit. Like I got people that I thought would really do it justice and appreciate it how I was appreciating it. And then so after those first kind of features were recorded, Browns would hit me up and be like, "Yo, we still need to add some more shit to this and this and this." And I would the low key shit came about just by like me being at his crib or whatever. And he's a super creative dude, so like always we're just going through shit and like, oh, you can hop on this, you can hop on this. Mind you, I never knew when this project would come out, if it would come out. I really never knew until he told me maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, well, we're about to pull the trigger on this. Let's get it in motion. I really never knew nothing. You feel me? So fucking, I would just be like, well, send him shit that was worked on to see if it could be added into the project. So Loki, he recorded 2 hooks. I think he recorded to like 3 of the songs verses. They didn't end up making it or whatever. And but we kept the hooks, and then but yeah, that just came about by us being creative together and like just sending songs or listening to shit. And then the salute shit, same. He came home or whatever and got to work. You feel me? He came home and got to work. So that's how that came about.
So even with like, because I noticed it's not like a standard 10 song album now too, but it makes sense now too because man, like from 2017 to now, but it also shows like dedication now too because most people, I'm not saying all, I'm saying most people get discouraged after the first 5 years now too to be like, man, this ain't happening right here. But yo,
Yeah,
this just shows like y'all shouldn't give up on your dreams right now too because if you really
yeah,
do want something, y'all need to go out and like just get like don't give up. It's not gonna happen when it happens. Okay, when you want something to happen, it's not gonna happen like that. You actually have to put into progression. You have to like dedicate yourself almost. It almost drives you crazy because you don't think it's gonna happen. But once you get the reception, it's like wow, that all that years of working on it was worth it.
Thanks, bro. It's just like a Rubik's cube, man. You just keep turning shit, think you're not really getting nowhere, and then next thing you know, oh, here go a piece. Oh shit, this fit, and then boom. At the end of the day, you got the whole shit figured out. So
So
and it's
process.
easy to it's easy to differentiate between people who are serious and who aren't. So for me, just by going through these motions that I've had to go through, whenever somebody wants to work, I already know where and how I want to work with them because based on what they've shown me that they've done in the past with their own shit by themselves. So you know what I'm saying? If somebody's like half-assing their own shit, it's not going to be a priority to work with these people because you can already tell that they're not investing that
serious.
into themselves. So why would I? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the longer you go and the longer you keep doing this shit and being persistent, the easier you'll be able to weed through fucking people just trying to waste your time.
Facts.
One of the things like I notice now too, like because a visual makes a song a lot more. I like to say gives it more life after you see a visual now to it. What made you want to shoot the video for Bubble Baby in front of that mural? I don't know where it is in Detroit or if it's in Grand Rapids.
Uh, yeah, go ahead, Bronze.
It's this famous spot called Burt's Warehouse in Detroit, and they got the legends on the back, on the mural on the back, and that's where we were at. You know what I mean?
So was that your idea, Bronze, or was that Woozy's idea to shoot in front of that?
It was
It
just
was
kind
Bronze's
of
idea. He was like, there's a rap mural in the Eastern Market, and he was like, let's just head down there. Like you know what I mean? We didn't like plot nothing out. We just were like, well, the gang's all here. Let's get out here and get some content or some footage or whatever, and just see what we can make shake.
yeah. It was kind of like he hit me like the day before, like, "Yo, I'm coming down there, bro. You gonna be around?" Like, yeah, let's shoot something. So
Yeah.
It was like a spur of the moment. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Because when I seen that mural, because like I said, like this podcast I probably wouldn't have done a podcast if it wasn't for Kid Vicious. And when I seen like Kid Vicious on that mural right there, I was like, that's like destiny right there. I got to talk to this dude again right there. So, like your dreams and actually investing in them now too. But with this album now too, like a lot of people like to say like, oh, like jealousy is a big issue I notice nowadays now too, especially with people that you grew up with now too, because they see you living out your dreams and may feel some type of way now too. What would you say like the most personal or introspective song on this album to you? Because I know like you like to have fun in your rhymes, you like to like say unorthodox things, but like what's a real personal song that you like to say, or most personal song that's off this album?
That's on what's the most personal song on the album, Bulletproof Carties?
Yeah, that you consider because like you may have like
Okay.
a like bubble baby, like it may have a different meaning than what we understand it as.
Um, the song that Bronze is on, man, I really like him and Book's verse, fucking, and then Loki's hook pulled it together. That's like a personal song. And like I said, the project has been worked on. I've been working on it and writing on it for a while. So like I've went through so many different motions in writing this project and shit. So like all of it's super personal to me because when I write something and then I go back and hear it, it's kind of like a time machine. It brings me back to certain places that I was at when I was writing it. So it's like all of them, like all of them mean something to me, and they're all super personal. But if I had to pick one, the one with bronze on it just sticks out the most. Or fucking, I really like the one with Illa Days too. I like all of them, man. And I try
It's a
not to get
personal project for you. I understand.
I try not to get super personal in my rhymes and shit because like what's personal to me might not be relatable to everybody and shit. I try not to say trendy shit that could be dated. I try to keep shit pretty neutral and something surface level that everybody can like take something from. So I try not to get way too personal. Like I'm not really talking about my actual like fucking problems with my baby mom and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to let niggas know like fucking yeah, man. I almost caught a domestic violence charge. I've been to jail. Like I try to keep it personal enough to where everybody can relate to it. So all of them, I'd say.
With like that now too. With this album now, actually, I don't even know if you can listen to it now too, but they had a hearing for it. We talked about this. I still can't believe like people actually like bring that interview up. Me and Bronze, I think it was the very first interview me and Bronze did. I brought up the $2 Million Wu-Tang album now too. And like Bronze is like, you're like, yeah, I might have got some production on that. But they had like a release party or some listening to that. Some guy snuck in like a voice recorder and taped like a minute of each song. I think it's like each song, but it's on YouTube. So I gotta ask, yo, bro, did you check that out? You recognize any of your production on that?
I checked it out. I ain't heard it on there. I heard it before, but I haven't heard it on there. Yeah.
Man, because yo, that's one album, man. I wish that we can just have because I hate it. It's like, why would you show us something if we can't have it? There's a meme out there. It's like, why would you show us something if we can't have it?
Yeah, that shit
There's it's a crypto company that owns it now. And
Yeah.
I forget their name, but they're trying to find loopholes and little ways to show the album. So we'll stay tuned and see what happens with it, man.
And I keep seeing this Wu-Tang documentary floating around now too. I remember I hit you and I asked, I was like, "Yo, Bronze, is this actually real?" Because like I want to see like you said, like a Wu-Tang affiliate documentary. But I also said this before. I want to see like a Wise Men documentary too.
Hell yeah.
I said
Yeah,
it before.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I've seen it around too, but I haven't been interviewed or taken any parts of it or heard anything about any gatherings for it. So
And
Damn, they got
that's
your name on that too.
it's
that's
the
one thing I want. That's one thing I wanted to ask you, Bronze. Is like, if it came out, would you feel played if it came out like and your production was on there? That one, you're not getting paid for it, and two, it's just like out of your control. That wouldn't make you feel some type of way. Would you want people to listen to it?
I mean, if I wasn't a part of the Killer Bees documentary,
No, I'm talking about the album.
Oh, yeah, the Two Men Down, Once Upon a Time in
Yeah, yeah,
Shaolin.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm talking.
oh,
Like,
um,
would you want people to even bump that shit? You know what I mean? If your shit was on there, like, would you support it?
I mean, I would, but I mean, it's a business situation with it now because it's been sold for 2 million and then sold for 4 million, and
Oh,
if you got work on there, you should be getting some type of revenue for it.
Type shit.
yeah.
So yeah, like I said, we'll see, man. We're gonna stay tuned and see what's going on, man. You know
The
what I
whole
mean?
story behind that album and the Martin Shkreli dude is like some type of a comic book thing now too, especially like with the evil villain and shit. Yo,
That
y'all
dude's a
remember?
villain.
Y'all remember when he was talking that shit to Ghostface and he had like these goons in the back? It's like, dude, you are a pharmaceutical. You need to calm down.
Yeah, man. This had a long travel, man. This album, so I think some gonna give though. I think so. We'll see.
So with Woozie actually having, an album produced by Bronze Nazareth now too, with that being said now too, when the physicals come out, yo, Woozie, are you gonna get like one of these framed because it's something you wanted for so long?
Yeah. Hell yeah, signed, all that shit. Hell
Signed,
yeah, dude.
signed.
Okay, so like, hold on, give me 1 second.
Man,
Yeah.
you got to put the trophies on the wall, man.
Exactly, and no matter how big or small now too, because one of the things that I've always wondered about artists, like, do y'all keep each release? Like, it doesn't matter if it's big or small. Like, I know Bronze, you have each release, but like, do you have them framed up on the wall? I can't remember if you showed me or not.
Yeah, I do.
Bro, yeah, bro. I get
Oh, he's
I get
already
them all the
got
time, man. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I forgot we covered Lord Josiah too. Yeah, shout out to Lord Josiah.
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah,
that.
hell yeah, it's gonna get framed and all that shit, man. And I'm gonna point it out every time somebody comes to my house, like, bro, hold on. It's gonna be as soon as you walk in, you're gonna have to acknowledge the shit. Swear.
Absolutely. Got to put up the trophies, like I said, man. Word up.
So
That's my
besides-
biggest accomplishment with the music shit, man. And like I said, when I say it's a dream come true, I do not say it lightly, and I do not say it lightly, man. It's a dream come true, and it's pretty much everything that I've wanted to happen with the music shit. Honestly, from my heart.
Hey, that's love, bro. I'm glad to throw you that look, bro, and do some art with you, man.
We got more shit to do, man. It's never the end, man, until it's the end. That's how I look at it.
You've been going hard, bro. So
Appreciate you.
So with actually like that now too, with their music actually being so, because everyone likes to bump an album for like a week and actually like throw it away enough now too. But I actually want people to actually listen to this album and like take something from it now too, because like we don't get complete albums anymore now too. Even like what I noticed about this album now too, like there's like little skits at the end of some songs now too, and we don't really get that nowadays. There's actually hooks on this album, which I couldn't believe. I was like, we have an album with hooks, like Jesus Christ. Like y'all remember back in 1999 when the Rockwilder was like considered like like the first rap song without a hook. Now it's like the standard now too. Like hooks don't even exist. Like, and we get like 4 verses on some songs now too. But it shows like how long you've been working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, because and the hooks wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for Bronze. That's another part of his little Frankenstein machine he got going on. Because bitches would not have been there. It would have just been raps. He would break up, the shit and make a hook out of it. Swear. I don't know nothing about that kind of shit. I don't even really know how to count bars. I just listen to the shit and write to a loop.
It's all right, my G. I think I count bars. I'm not too sure. Yo, someone needs to write. If there's a book out there on how to count bars, yo, Questlove. Maybe you should write that next, my G.
Yeah,
But
right.
yo, shout out to Questlove right there for including Bronze Nazareth in his book right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So,
fire.
so,
Beautiful.
Bronze, how'd you find out? Like, were you just like, I'm gonna read this book one day and out of nowhere, it's like, holy shit, my name's in here.
No, my guy M80 sent me a text because he saw a post from Vic Spencer, and Vic Spencer was a few slots below mine, and so Vic Spencer posted his. M80 saw that my name was also on there, and he sent me a screenshot. So basically, I found out because of Vic Spencer. You know what I mean? I had no idea it was in there. So Vic posted his.
Hey, bro.
80 saw it, 80 told me. So third hand through Vic Spencer and M80. And so I was like,
That's
wow.
crazy as hell, bro.
Yo, M80, if you watching right now, yo, I know you got another Rakim solo album coming right now. Yo, can we get like a Bronze Nazareth and like Rakim track? Yo, M80, I may clip this part just to send it to you. I'm gonna throw it out there, man. But yo, I really want that, man, because yo, Rakim, we got a Rakim, Master Killer and Corrupt track, man. Yo, I never would have suspected something like that. That's why I was like, yo,
Dark Man's on that bitch.
yeah, exactly. Yo, I was like, yo, where's Bronze? Where's Bronze, yo?
Yeah. Rakim did all them beats, man. So he took the cat pile up here, man. So that's dope.
I mean, Bronze rapping is cool. Like, I like when Bronze raps, though, but I like Bronze better. We did it in the production bag right there. No offense, Bronze. You know, I love
Bronze got rhymes, man. Fucking, I'll be saying some crazy shit, dog. And Bronze reminds me of like the RZA and shit. And that's another reason why I really gravitated towards Bronze and shit, just because the shit he would say is layered and shit. And you got to be like, oh, well, hold up. Bong, you know what I'm saying? he just hears it how he hears it, man, and it goes, dude. It makes a lot of sense to me.
So,
but hold on, did you even know Questlove knew who you was, bro?
No idea. No idea, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, bro, that's how this music shit is, man. You turn a page or you turn a corner, and bong, you right there.
You never know who's listening, man. For sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, cause sometimes like you think you're not doing something, and next thing you know, like you see something that kind of gives you a clue. It's like, or this ain't for nothing. But it also has to do like, how passionate you are about it now too. Because if you really do want something out there, like you have to go get. I love how you said you had to wait for something. Because there's certain interviews that I had to wait for like 5 years, man, and it still ain't happened. But when it does happen, like the other day, I wasn't on my phone, but I kept getting notifications. I was like, why am I getting notifications for my podcast? And they still talk about the DOC and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg interview. It's crazy. That was a year ago, and they're still talking about it. But
that shit makes an impression, and it lasts, bro. When you do quality shit, man, you know.
And but this is just no press interview now too, because I also want people to know who Wuzee is outside of the music now too, because when it's one thing when an artist puts out an album now too, but I say you can learn a lot more from them just by talking to them or when they watch an interview now too, because there's a lot of artists back in 2000, the blog era, Bronze, remember that era? There are so many artists out there who never got like a proper interview, like a Charles Hamilton, Red Cafe, man, or even some of the Woo offshoots, man. Like we still don't have a proper Killer Sin interview out there.
Right, it's crazy, right?
And for y'all wanted, I wrote Killer Sin up in Sin Sin, I got the inmate info. Anybody wants it, just hit me up. But we trying for that Killer Sin.
Yeah, bro. I miss when the journalists used to come, like they'll come to your town for the weekend or something, and they'll follow an artist around and make an article, going in the studio with them, write about what they're doing in life. They go out, they chat, you know what I mean? They wrote, and then it's like a 4 or 5 page article. It just in the vibe or the source, and they don't do that no more, really. So, or by the time they do it, you already know it already because of the internet. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. A lot of artists miss those whole articles, those interviews, all that shit.
Yeah. And podcasting wasn't really popular until till the pandemic, because for everybody watching out there, podcasting didn't just start with Adam 22 and Combat Jack is the one who really him and Peter Rosenberg with the Juan Jew, they really started this whole wave now too. Because nowadays we be getting like outside, like this is nothing against like Bobby or whatever her name is, but like why is she getting interviews with like rappers out there who have no background within journalism or even media, and then like you're in bed with them now too. Like I don't like she a girl and everything, but like to get an interview with somebody of that caliber and you have no resume, it's like
wild, bro.
it's okay, bro. I'll take the words out of my mouth. Yeah, I don't even know what to say sometimes.
Wow, bro. It's, it's the era of just straight popularity, man. They don't care about the skill. They don't care about the quality of the work half the time. It's if they're popular, who's more popular. So,
And you don't, and what also now too, I like you don't have a bunch of like negative rhymes on this album now too. Like, I'm gonna go sell a brick of fentanyl, or I'm gonna go shoot up the club. Because of nowadays now too, we see like a lot of music get popularized like that. But if you actually like dig into this underground renaissance now too, you get quality music that like I said, you can play the Great Redemption, man. Say if you're out of boxing ring, man, if you just get out of training, man, just pump that and you ready, man, for that. That's the type of feel I get from that.
Hey, if you listen to the Great Redemption again, so like I said, there's I went through motions making this shit, or just life happened. So like at that point in time when I was writing the Great Redemption, if you go back and listen to it, I don't think there's any cuss words except on the hook from my part. We got some raps in this bitch. That's the only time I cuss. On the two actual verses, I wasn't doing no cuss words. I was being sober and shit. I was going through shit through this whole this whole time. I've been going through mad shit. There's grimy. I was going through grimy shit, man. I left some shit at Browns' crib. I went through a lot of shit since I started the project, man. But yeah, on this one there was like a lot of shit that I was trying to change about myself, man, and making the shit. Even the last song that I wrote that
What
was it? Yeah, so that, like I said, that was the last verse I wrote, and even in that song, or writing that, I was reflecting when I was talking about like how my dad told me, if you ever out on your knuckles, get you a fat white bitch. Like literally, this is things that I'm reflecting on now that I'm a dad and shit, and like what I wouldn't want to teach my son. So like from the beginning to the end is crazy changes, and like me as a person, or even I think I only had like my kids were like maybe like my son wasn't born. My daughter was like maybe 2 or something, she's about to be 10 now. So it's like, it's crazy changes that went on in my life, man. And at some points in that time, yeah, I wasn't trying to be on no negative shit or even cuss in some of them songs. So
that's something
go
you
back
can
and listen to it. You'll hear it and be like, oh yeah, he didn't fucking say shit. And then in some of them it's yeet 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 yeet.
I like how you said that how you spent your time like recording your kids weren't even born. That's something how you can remember like when they get older. It's like dad has a song like with like a Wu-Tang producer, and we did this when you were like 7. It takes us back to that time. That's what's probably gonna hit like a lot harder now too, because it's so personal. And before I forget, a lot of artists, they like, how they release like street albums, and then when they first get the first, like they're like, this is my debut right here, but they have like 30 other albums in their discography. Would you say like your albums leading up to Bulletproof Carties were like, I don't want to say street albums though, but they were like independent albums? And would you like to say like Bulletproof Carties, like your actual like I don't want to say mainstream debut, but
No,
debut to a big
100%.
audience?
This my freshman album, or like actual legit shit.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah,
100%.
freshman album. There you go.
Yeah. This my debut, sent to the world, I guess, or to a bigger platform. I don't want to like say my projects that haven't been shit, or I haven't whatever. But
No.
this is the look. So what I've always wanted was to get the right ears, or just all I felt like I've wanted was to be in front of the right crowd, and it be a decent number of them. You feel me? So it's like, and this is that, man. So this is everything for me, man.
Especially in this era.
Yeah, all I needed was to be around the right listeners, man. Because like the music I make it's not for everybody, and especially the Grand Rapids, the city that I'm from. Like it's not for people, and people like don't get it, or it just stands out in a different way. And when people are used to shit being this way, it doesn't stand out in a good way to some people. You feel me? So this is just like everything to me, man. Everything.
What also is beautiful about this album now too, because Bronze also has production on it now too. Because I remember when I find like there'll be certain Wu-Tang fans that are so into everything that a producer does, they'll follow it. Because I remember seeing like there was a who was it again? I think it was Jetty. No, oh god, it's pissed me off now. So we're gonna use Bronze as an example. So there's like say there's a hardcore Bronze Nazareth fan out there, and they love the Living Daylights, the album he did with Willie the Kid. And then once they see that album, they're gonna get recommended on their DSPs or whatever they use. That because I know it does happen. It's like you may like Wuzee and Bronze Nazareth, Bulletproof Diaries, and that's another person from Grand Rapids who has an album of the legend now too. So it also shows now too when you put yourself in front of the right audience that you can get a bigger fan base just by, like you said, the right audience. And I also think that if this album would have came out, because if you got to think of it, Griselda was really like the forefront of like 2018, 2019, 2020, and that's when like a lot of these artists were like trying to rip them off. But now we're in the post Griselda era where you actually have to stand out. So that's why I think it's a beautiful time how this came out,
Yeah.
because it's not this has drums on it, people, just for y'all listening.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No drumless. There's some no drumless, but there's drums on this, y'all.
It's full of drums, yeah. Nice drums, you know what I mean?
It's just a blessing.
So
and it's a super alley oop, dog. Like it's a super alley oop. My man's Bronze is the alley oop king right now because fucking it could have been it could have been anybody else and fucking like this shit don't just happen, man. And I'm the type of person, if there's an opportunity, we gonna ride this bitch till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what sets me apart from a lot of people is like knowing how to capitalize in a genuine way and just keep the shit going. And that's how relationships form, and that's how fucking good music is created, man. So I'm stoked for the to work on this Black Day shit. I'm just super motivated to keep on working, and every time where I'm like, because this is how the whole shit came about, the project. Cause I was about to quit music and shit. I still got the screenshot of the text. He was like, "Yeah, you can't quit until me and you get one in." Bronze had like hit me up like, "Bro, no, you ain't gonna quit until we get one in." And then even maybe a year had passed after that, and then fucking he hit me with the pack and shit. You feel me? And then so fucking I plan on doing this shit until the wheels fall off, man. And it's just a blessing, dude. And I am so stoked for the drop. I'm not sure when you're dropping this shit, but Bronze, tonight at midnight, we up, dude. Up at midnight.
It's on and cooking, man. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
as far as like the alley oops, man. I'm always like look out for dope talent, up and comers too, because I could count. No, I can't count on my hands the many times people could have thrown me a bone or thrown me an alley oop, and they don't in this industry. It's kind of rare. So
yeah,
I try to be the motherfucker that I wanted other motherfuckers to be. So and pass it along and shit. So
I appreciate you so much, bro. You don't even know. You do know. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, bro.
all right,
and regardless of how long we know each other, how cool we get, bro, I will always tell you that this shit means the most to me every fucking time I see you.
oh man, I appreciate it, bro. We're gonna keep on cooking, man, and your talent got you here, bro. So
yeah. It's not like you.
real talk, though. Really, it's really first and foremost because you're a good dude, bro. So that's really what I try to strive for, especially nowadays working with people in the industry. Like I'm tired of all the bullshit. I'll filter that shit right on out. So you fuck with good people, good things happen. You know what I mean? So
Hey, like I said, once we make it big, we still gonna be rocking the Bronze Nazareth. Did you know Bronze Nazareth is the only producer to actually send me things without me asking? Like, I will always appreciate that, and you never had to do that, my brother. That's why every time I do an interview, no matter how big it is, man, make sure they know who the hell Bronze Nazareth is.
My God, man, it's love, man. You always show us love on this format, man. So it's always love back, man. You already know.
Now, if y'all made it this far, I need you to go listen to Bulletproof Carties and come back and comment under what song you like the most. And before we go, so Wuzee, one of
Yeah.
one of your dreams already came true with the Bronze Nazareth album now too. But I say you should speak things into existence. So I'm going to ask you something, and you can refer to this when it does happen. Who is your favorite Michigan artist that you want to work with that never had a chance to?
Besides Bronze?
Yeah, but so yeah, of course, of course. If Bronze was your favorite, you already got it. Okay, second favorite.
Boldy James, man.
Oh
and,
shit.
and fucking like I said, I'm gonna keep working until that shit happen, man. Swear to God.
Like Bojack, man. Yo, man, Bojack, man. If you listening, man, big fan of Bojack too, man. Yo, you gotta hit my man Wuzee. Yo, Bojack over the Bronze production, because Boldy got that unorthodox flow too.
Facts, man. Those Detroit boys come original with it, man.
I'm gonna see where I can wiggle. I'm gonna see where I can wiggle my way in somewhere, man. Trust me.
So like I said, I'm put the links in the description below, and we actually got the editor now, so we can edit now stuff in. We can put in some pics and Bubble Baby right there. You may release more videos after that, but next week, we lit. If you made it this far, I like to thank my guy Wuzee and Bronze Nazareth for taking the time out their day to explain the album, and y'all deserve more blessings and more praises, and I'm definitely gonna give them to you. I make sure the world gets them to y'all too.
Appreciate
you, my G.
All right, my guy, you stay safe and one love, my guys.
One love. Right. Inshallah, appreciate you, bro.
Anytime, my G's.
Peace.